Just before we continue, my name is Flory, and welcome to this channel dedicated to health and how the human body works. The goal here is to explain in a simple way how your body functions and to give you practical tips to take better care of your health. If you want to support the project and make sure you don't miss anything, don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it really helps us a lot. Now, let's continue. Right now, inside your body, there is a fire. You can't feel it. There's no fever, no swelling, no pain. But this invisible fire is slowly burning through your heart, your brain, your joints, and your metabolism. It's called chronic inflammation, and scientists now believe it's the single common thread behind heart disease, type 2 diabetes, depression, Alzheimer's, and even cancer. Most people have it, almost no one knows it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how it starts, what it's silently doing to your body right now, and the specific science-backed strategies to stop it. Before we can understand why chronic inflammation is so dangerous, we need to understand what inflammation actually is, because it's not your enemy. Inflammation is your body's most powerful defense mechanism. When you cut your finger, bacteria enter the wound. Within seconds, your immune system launches a coordinated attack. Blood vessels dilate. White blood cells rush to the site. Redness, heat, swelling. These aren't signs of damage. They're signs that your body is fighting back. This is acute inflammation. It's fast, targeted, and, critically, it stops when the job is done. The problem begins when it doesn't stop. Chronic inflammation is like leaving your body's alarm system on permanently. No injury, no infection, just a low-grade immune response running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, silently attacking your own tissues. So what actually happens inside your body when chronic inflammation takes hold? The key players are molecules called cytokines, chemical messengers produced by immune cells like macrophages and T cells. In acute inflammation, cytokines like IL-6, TNF-alpha, and IL-1 are released in precise bursts to coordinate the immune response. They do their job, then they stop. In chronic inflammation, something triggers the production of these same cytokines continuously. The trigger isn't always obvious. It can be excess body fat. It can be a disrupted gut microbiome, which, as we discussed last week, is deeply connected to immune regulation. It can be chronic psychological stress, which activates the HPA axis and floods the body with cortisol, a molecule we covered in week 4. These connections are not coincidental. At the cellular level, the central switch controlling this inflammatory cascade is a protein complex called NF-kappa B, nuclear factor kappa B. Think of it as the master regulator of inflammation. When NF-kappa B is activated, it enters the cell nucleus and switches on dozens of pro-inflammatory genes simultaneously. It's like pressing every alarm button in a building at once. And here's what makes it insidious. Many modern lifestyle factors, refined sugar, seed oils, chronic stress, sleep deprivation, sedentary behavior, all converge on this single molecular pathway. Your lifestyle isn't just affecting your weight or your mood. It's activating genetic switches that rewrite your body's inflammatory baseline. So what does sustained, low-grade inflammation actually do to you over time? The research here is both extensive and alarming. Heart disease. For decades, we thought cholesterol was the villain, but the current science tells a more nuanced story. Inflammation is what causes LDL cholesterol particles to become embedded in arterial walls, triggering the formation of plaques. Without inflammation, cholesterol circulates harmlessly. This is why people with normal cholesterol still have heart attacks, and why people with elevated inflammatory markers like CRP, C-reactive protein, have dramatically higher cardiovascular risk. Type 2 diabetes. Inflammatory cytokines directly interfere with insulin signaling, the same mechanism of insulin resistance we explored in week 2. Chronic inflammation doesn't just correlate with diabetes, it's a primary mechanism driving it. Depression and anxiety. This one surprises most people. But the evidence is now robust. Elevated inflammatory markers are found consistently in patients with major depression. The mechanism involves microglia, the brain's resident immune cells, becoming chronically activated. They produce neuroinflammatory compounds that disrupt serotonin and dopamine production. In some studies, anti-inflammatory interventions improve depressive symptoms in patients who don't respond to antidepressants. Alzheimer's disease. The amyloid beta plaques associated with Alzheimer's? They appear to be, at least in part, an immune response to chronic neuroinflammation. The disease may not begin with plaques. It may begin with inflammation. Cancer. Chronic inflammation creates a biological environment that promotes cell mutation and suppresses the immune surveillance that normally kills mutant cells before they proliferate. One fire, 5 diseases. The critical question is, what's driving all this inflammation? And the answer lies almost entirely in the mismatch between our modern environment and the biology we evolved with. Diet. Refined carbohydrates and industrial seed oils, rich in omega-6 fatty acids, directly promote the production of pro-inflammatory eicosanoids. The modern Western diet has shifted our omega-6 to omega-3 ratio from roughly 4 to 1, our evolutionary baseline, to as high as 20 to 1. That ratio matters enormously for inflammatory signaling. The gut microbiome. A disrupted gut barrier, what scientists call intestinal permeability, or leaky gut, allows bacterial fragments called lipopolysaccharides, or LPS, to enter the bloodstream. LPS is one of the most potent activators of NF-kappa B and systemic inflammation known to science. Sleep deprivation. Even a single night of poor sleep measurably elevates IL-6 and CRP. Chronic sleep disruption chronically elevates them. Chronic psychological stress. As we discussed in the context of the stress-brain connection, sustained cortisol eventually makes immune cells resistant to its anti-inflammatory signals, the opposite of what cortisol is supposed to do. Visceral fat. This is the fat stored around your organs, not subcutaneous fat under the skin. Visceral fat tissue is metabolically active. It acts as an endocrine organ, continuously secreting pro-inflammatory cytokines including TNF-alpha and IL-6. Notice something. Every single trigger here, diet, gut health, sleep, stress, visceral fat, is modifiable. This disease is largely lifestyle-driven, which means it's largely lifestyle reversible. So how do you actually reduce chronic inflammation? Here's what the evidence supports. Not trends, not supplements with weak data. Science. 1. Omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, and in algae-based supplements, are direct precursors to anti-inflammatory molecules called resolvins and protectins. They don't just block inflammation, they actively resolve it. Clinical trials consistently show reductions in CRP, TNF-alpha, and IL-6 with omega-3 supplementation. 2. Dietary polyphenols. Compounds like quercetin, resveratrol, and curcumin are among the most extensively studied natural NF-kappa B inhibitors. The food sources: dark berries, green tea, extra virgin olive oil, and turmeric with black pepper, which dramatically increases curcumin bioavailability. 3. Sleep quality. We're not talking about duration alone. Sleep architecture matters. Deep, slow-wave sleep is the primary period during which the brain's glymphatic system clears neuroinflammatory debris. Protecting sleep is protecting your inflammation baseline. 4. Exercise, the right kind. Moderate aerobic exercise consistently reduces systemic inflammatory markers. The mechanism involves a molecule called IL-10, an anti-inflammatory cytokine released by contracting muscle tissue. Muscles are, among other things, anti-inflammatory organs. However, extreme overtraining without adequate recovery does the opposite. It drives inflammation upward. 5. Gut microbiome support. Dietary fiber from diverse plant sources feeds the bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, particularly butyrate, which directly strengthens the gut barrier and reduces LPS translocation into the bloodstream. These aren't hacks. They're fundamental inputs your biology was designed to receive. Let's bring this together. Chronic inflammation is not a single disease. It's the biological soil in which most modern diseases grow. It's driven by diet, disrupted sleep, chronic stress, a damaged gut, and excess visceral fat, factors that are all interconnected and all modifiable. The molecular switch at the center of it all is NF-kappa B, a protein that turns on dozens of pro-inflammatory genes in response to your daily choices. You can lower your inflammatory baseline, not with a single supplement, not overnight, but through consistent, science-backed inputs that your biology was designed to receive. If this gave you a clearer picture of what's happening inside your body, hit subscribe. We break down complex science like this every week. Next, we're going into the most overlooked organ in human metabolism. One hint, it's not the brain and it's not the gut.